Joining me now, Congressman Khanna of California, Deputy Whip for the House Progressive Caucus. So, Congressman, thank you so much for being here. So I guess my pretty straightforward question is the Progressive Caucus going to give in and vote for the bipartisan infrastructure bill if it comes to the floor tonight?
Joy, we are open to listening to leadership, at least some of us are, and we're open to the CBC's proposal to be considered to get the president a win. Now, I believe the best way is to have both bills voted on and to see if the 6 votes of the moderates would actually vote yes. I think there's a good chance they would. But I have said that at least I and some others are open to finding a way forward.
Let me just play for you. This is Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, and she was on with us last night, and she talked about the leap of faith that you all in the Progressive Caucus would need to take in order to vote for what we call, in shorthand, the BIF, the infrastructure, the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Take a look.
But I do believe that this is too important to people across this country, to the Democratic Party, to the president, for anyone to vote against this once it goes to the Senate. So no, we don't have a full and complete assurance. We are taking a bit of a leap of faith, but we're trusting President Biden, who I believe has done a lot of work to assure himself that he's going to get 51 votes in the Senate.
So here's the challenge, I think, to people in your caucus. I'm not in your caucus, obviously, but I could see why somebody like a Congresswoman Cori Bush would not have faith. I mean, you've got Joe Manchin driving around in his Maserati talking about we don't want an entitlement society. You've got Kyrsten Sinema just raking in money. This is the latest place we're finding out where she takes money from multi-level marketing businesses that want to kill the labor pieces of the bill. She's got all these other interests, big pharma and others that want to kill other parts of the bill. How do you know that if, in fact, your caucus members, your fellow Progressive Caucus members, go ahead and give the moderates their bipartisan infrastructure bill, that all of them won't just literally leave y'all in the lurch and abandon Build Back Better? Because it sure feels like that's something they could very well do, both in the House and in the Senate.
They could, Joy. I guess I trust President Biden. You know, I wasn't for him in the primary. I co-chaired Bernie Sanders' campaign. But I trust him. I trust the speaker. And what choice do we have? We are so divided in this country. The working class has been left out. We want to try to do something good for working families. We want to finally get money in their pockets. We want to finally have every kid go to preschool. We want to finally do something for the climate. People say, oh, we're not negotiating hard enough. It's because we want to pass something. And obviously someone has more leverage if they're willing to walk away and burn everything down. But I don't want this president to fail. I want him to succeed. And I guess my plea tonight is let's just come together as a party. Let's let this president, who won fair and square the nomination, the presidency, let him lead. Let's deliver for people.
You know, the challenge is let him have a win and let him have a win. It feels like there are Democrats. First of all, the Republicans are off the table. They're doing stupid memes, showing up in like, let's go Brandon fashion gear. Like they're off the table. They're not helping at all. They are literally a non-entity moaning about critical race theory and stuff. So they're off the table, unfortunately. But among Democrats, it does feel like there are Democrats that think that just doing the infrastructure bill, because it was bipartisan, which is their favorite thing, because Republicans like it, and because it will impact very directly, let's be honest, men in this country, and get a lot of men back to work, that they're like, that's enough. That the women and the poor people, the people of color, the planet, that all of that can wait. Let's just get bills for the men. And that feels to me like Joe Manchin's position. I mean, he's said as much. He was like, push all the rest of it. The ladies and everybody else can wait till next year.
Joy, but it's not President Biden's position. He gets it. He understands. He wouldn't be president if it weren't for the African-American community. And I think it's in his bones that he wants to deliver for those who don't have opportunity. And I believe that he will follow through on climate. He was on the world stage saying America is going to do this. I believe he will follow through for universal preschool. You know, that's the biggest thing we can do for kids, to give them an equal shot when they start first grade. So the question is, how are we going to come together in a 50-50 Senate with 3 votes in the House? Progressives have compromised. We've compromised time and again. Right. And it's right that a lot of people were excluded. But we have to now come together. And the only way I see is to trust the president and the speaker on moving forward.
Last question. You talked about you were a supporter of Senator Sanders when he ran for president. Have you talked to him about what he would like to see the Progressive Caucus do? And if so, would you be open to telling us?
I've talked to him over the past couple of weeks, and he rightfully has been pushing for vision, dental, and hearing, the most popular provision in the entire bill, and he wants to get as progressive a bill as possible. But, you know, the one thing that people didn't appreciate enough about Senator Sanders is he's ultimately a team player. He wants this president to succeed, and he's not going to do something that jeopardizes that. So we're pushing as a caucus. I'm going back into the meeting. We want both bills to be voted on, but there are a number of us now who are saying, let's figure out a way forward. And the progressives are willing to put the party and the country first.
How ironic. Bernie Sanders, the independent, is more of a team player with the caucus than it seems Manchin and Sinema are. What a world. Congressman Khanna, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time, as always.